Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show, your one-stop shop for everything rugby league. How are you going out there? Hope you had a lovely weekend and ready to rock and roll into the rugby league as we're a month away from finals footy, baby, in the NRL. Yes, indeed. We've got all the hot topics right here, right now for you. Sam Burgess is on his way to the Warrington Wolves. Yes, that's going to be a big one for the Burgess brothers. Will we see Bryce Cartwright has come back into form? Is he a possible state of origin player for 2024? He was a gun back in the day. He fell away and now he's starting to really put in a couple of good seasons as Bryce Cartwright, maybe a New South Wales player going into the future. So much more to talk about, yes. Are the Raiders on shaky ground, even though they snuck home against the Tigers? Their form against us so bad, they're going to have to win 2 more out of their last 4 games to make the finals, and that's not an easy effort. Going with the Sharks pulling off the upset of the weekend, beating the Rabbitohs. The Sharkies are back in town and can make finals football, and they're more likely to make finals football if they win now, because they really only need 2 more games to get there. With 4 rounds to go, there's going to be heaps of teams going in and out here. You have to get 13 wins to make the competition. There will be, if you don't get 13 wins, you won't be in the finals football this year. There could be a team that has 13 wins and doesn't make it, possibly 2. That's the way the draw is going to end up. It's going to be big times ahead. The Fotuaika, should he deserve the month off the field instead of just 1 week for his head eye on Nickel Clockstad? But anyway, let's get to the footy. Let's get to the action. Sam Burgess, Warrington Wolves. Well, it's going to be announced anytime soon. Next day or so. It was going to be Justin Holbrook, but Justin Holbrook has said no. That's given Sam Burgess the door to open up to start his head coaching career. Is it a good thing? Well, you betcha, got to start somewhere. Sam Burgess going back home would be good for his career and then get himself ready for an NRL career. And maybe within a year or 2, taking over from Jason Demetrio, because the Rabbitohs are going poorly. And if they don't make the top 8 this year, there's going to be big talking points here. Because this team on paper should be, or I would say top 6 for sure. But with the stars of Cody Walker and Latrell at their best, absolutely, they've got to find something, and they've got to find something quickly. The Rabbitohs are in big trouble, and they've got the draw to save them from not missing the finals. So they should make the finals, but they're still going to win 2 of these 4 games to get there. And they really need to get going, the Rabbitohs, because they are playing absolutely bad footy and not looking like a team that can win the finals footy. And I put you, everyone's saying they're still a dark horse for this race. Well, they're going to have to show something shortly, because they have lost all the confidence they had at the start of the year. They were playing beautiful football. But Latrell Mitchell could only get better, surely, you'd hope, for you Rabbitohs fans. But the Shark is pulling up the upset. Wow. But yes, Sam Burgess for me, for head coach, yes, this is exciting times for him. If he takes the job, it'd be good, because as I said, he'd probably be back in the NRL with not too long. The way it's going, and the Rabbitohs really need to turn it up here, because they really have been disappointing for you fans out there. Bryce Cartwright, what's doing? Absolutely found some form. He still has errors and stuff in this game, but Bryce Cartwright is playing very good football. He's played pretty good all season, to be honest. He's been playing very good for Parramatta, and Parramatta probably won't even make the top 8. They have a chance to make the top 8, and the Cowboys help them, that's for sure. But I'm not convinced they're going to make the 8 either. So it's going to be an interesting finish to the season, because his Parramatta are in the same boat. They're going to have to win 2 of their last 4. And that's no guarantee with the draw they got. They should win 1 of them. Oh, I mean, actually, I think it's 2 of their last 3, because they got a bye in there. So, yeah, even though they're looking good, they're going to have to win 2 of those games to get through. So, question marks there. But Parramatta fans are still hoping. That's what I mean. Even the Roosters fans are hoping. But as Roosters have to win all their games, and their for and against is so bad. They're going to have to win by 50 just to be any hope. That's why I'm saying there's a danger there for the Raiders, folks. Yes, the Raiders are in big trouble of missing the top 8. Yes, the Canberra Raiders are in even though they won the game, they're still going to have to get going. They have to win 2 more games. They have to win 2 more games, even though they're going well. They got 12 wins. They need to win 2 more to make the finals. If they only win 1 out of the last 4, which is very, very possible with their draw, they are gone skis because their for and against is not good enough to save them. They have to win 2 games to make it through. And I'll tell you what, it's on shaky grounds for me if they're going to make the finals. And if you're expecting on proper results, they will get knocked out. But they really going to have to come up with something, the Raiders, because they could be out the back door, and the Cowboys are in danger of it too. So there's going to be some interesting games coming up, and wins are going to be big now. Every win you can get now obviously going to be big if you're going to make finals football this season, because there's 3 teams already guaranteed finals football right now with a month to go. Doesn't mean they're guaranteed top 4 like the Warriors. If they went completely the other way, they can drop out of the top 4, but surely not with the draw they got. They can't be choking. So Broncos, Penrith, and the Warriors are there. But yeah, the only thing for Raiders, 1 win's not going to be enough for them with their for and against, because there'll be too many teams on 13. So they need to get 14 wins to make the finals. That's the way, unless they win the one game. They should have been the West Tigers by 50. If they really wanted to help the chances of making the finals, they only clawed their way to there. If they sneak into the finals, they can be dangerous for teams. But yeah, not for me. Fotuaika, yes, Fotuaika only gets 1 week for the head high. Straight contact to the head, it's a bit of a tough one. I'm just not understanding the calls at the moment. I know there's loading for Valentine Holmes, but it's craziness. I think it should just be the same each week. And if they get high, don't suspend them, fine them. But I know there's a fine clause, I think, in there that they can only fine up to a certain amount. But yeah, fine them the big man. Then they'll really get cooking and say, hey, no. I can't be doing this anymore. Hit them in the pocket. Yes, so I didn't say in the start of the thing, but this is one of the most disappointing calls I've heard. State of Origin is going back to Perth in 2025 and 2028. And what the hell for? Come on. Tell me why we should go to Perth. Is there any good reason to go to Perth? Is they telling me the 18th team's going to come from Perth? Is that what we're hearing? Why do they keep pushing for Perth? Perth. Well, there's only other one reason I can think of. Money. Yes, I don't know what Perth are doing, but they must have some truckload of money to keep getting these Origins. It should be in New Zealand, and that's why it's not in New Zealand, because it's a money thing. They want to make as much money. Whoever gives them the most money, they win. That's why the grand final keeps being in Sydney, because they got all the money in the world. And yeah, Brisbane and Melbourne can't compete with the big dollars in Sydney. That's why Sydney keep getting the grand final. It's nothing to do with they want to give the grand final to somewhere else. They only had to do it because of the COVID. That's the only reason they did it then. But yeah, that's a little bit about that. But it's going to be an interesting week ahead. With rugby league, some big games coming up this weekend. It's going to be very interesting. But anyway, thank you for joining me here at the Barry Charles Footy Show. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with all your friends as we go up and we start to rock and roll to 100, then get to 200, and then all the way to the roof, to the top. Yes, thank you for joining me. We'll see you again next time.